The fire is still burning when I open my eyes. I feel it first. The heat against my face. The smoke in my throat. The way my lungs seize up like someone's fist is closing around them. Then comes the sound. Screaming. Not mine. My mother's. She's in the hallway. Barefoot. Her robe half buttoned. And she's screaming my name. Eloan. Eloan. Where are you? I'm in my bed. My childhood bed. The one with the white headboard and the chipped paint from the time Caleb threw a baseball through the window. I haven't slept in this bed in years. Not since before college. Not since before. The memory hits me like a truck. I died. I died in a hospital room with no one holding my hand. My mother hadn't spoken to me in 3 years. My father had signed away his rights to visit after I testified against Caleb. And Caleb, my brother, my best friend, the person who taught me how to ride a bike and how to lie to our parents and how to tell the difference between a boy who liked you and a boy who just wanted something. Caleb was in prison for something he didn't do. I died alone. And now I'm 18 again. And the house is on fire. And I know exactly what happens next. Eloan. I throw the covers off and run to the door. The hallway is filled with smoke. But I know this house. I've walked these halls in my nightmares for 8 years. I turn left, then right, then down the back stairs. And I find them all in the living room. My mother Victoria. Her blonde hair falling out of its ponytail. My father Thomas. Already on the phone with 911. My brother Caleb. 16 years old and still lanky. Still grinning even when he's scared. And on the floor, wrapped in my mother's cashmere blanket, is a girl I've never seen before. She's small, maybe 10 years old. Her face is streaked with soot and tears. And she's holding onto my mother's hand like it's the only thing keeping her from flying apart. Her name is Mira. I don't know that yet. But I will. God, I will. The neighbor's house. My mother is saying. Her voice shaking. It's spreading. The wind shifted. Thomas. We have to go. We're not going anywhere. My father says. Calm as always. Fire department is 2 minutes out. Everyone stay low. I stare at the girl. Something is wrong. Something is very, very wrong. Because in my first life, I never saw this girl. Not tonight. Not ever. The fire that night jumped from the neighbor's house to ours. That much is the same. But in my first life, the neighbor's daughter died. I remember the news report. I remember my mother crying at the kitchen table, saying she was only 10. She was only 10 years old. But here she is, alive, clutching my mother's hand. Did you save her? I ask. My voice comes out strange. Hoarse. My mother looks at me like I've grown a second head. She ran out before the roof caved in. Her mother. Victoria's voice breaks. Her mother didn't make it. The roof caved in. That's new. That's different. In my first life, the fire never got that far. The firefighters arrived in time. The house was damaged, but everyone survived. Except now someone didn't. I look at the girl again. Mira. She's watching me with dark, wide eyes. There's something in her gaze that doesn't match the tears. Something calculating. Something that makes my skin prickle even through the smoke. Then the windows explode. And we're running. And I don't have time to think about what just changed. The next 3 days are a blur of hotel rooms and insurance adjusters and relatives calling to say how glad they are we're okay. My father handles everything with the same quiet efficiency he brings to his law practice. My mother cries at unpredictable intervals. While making coffee. While folding laundry. While staring out the window at nothing. Caleb makes jokes to keep everyone's spirits up. The way he always does. And Mira. Mira is everywhere. Child Protective Services placed her with us temporarily. Apparently. We're the only family she knows in the state. Apparently. Her mother used to bring her to our neighborhood block parties. Apparently. She's been in our house before. At a barbecue 2 summers ago. And she remembers that my mother makes the best potato salad. I don't remember any of this. But everyone else seems to. My mother keeps touching Myra's hair, stroking it like she's petting a wounded animal. My father has already started calling her sweetheart. Caleb gave up his room without being asked. She needs her own space. Mom, I can sleep on the couch. And now he sleeps on an air mattress in the living room with a smile on his face. They've known this girl for 3 days. And they already love her. I don't love her. I don't know what I feel when I look at her. But it isn't love. It's something colder. Something that tastes like copper on my tongue. You don't like me. Mira says it on the 4th night, when everyone else is asleep. She's sitting on the floor of the hotel room, her back against the bed, her knees pulled up to her chest. I'm on the balcony, pretending to look at the stars. I turn around. What? You don't like me. She says it again. Matter of fact. No tears this time. Just a statement. I can tell. I should lie. That's what a normal person would do. A normal person would say, "Of course I like you. You're just being silly." A normal person would go inside and hug her and promise her everything is going to be okay. But I'm not normal. Not anymore. I died in a hospital bed with no one beside me. And I watched my family fall apart piece by piece. And I know something that no one else in this room knows. I know what Mira becomes. I don't know you. I say carefully. So I can't say whether I like you or not. Mira tilts her head. The gesture is too old for her. Too knowing. You're different from the others. The others. Your family. They're nice. They want to help me. She pauses. You're just watching. My heart stutters. I'm not. You are. She smiles. And it's the first real smile I've seen from her. It doesn't reach her eyes. It's okay. I'm used to it. Then she crawls back into her makeshift bed on the floor. Caleb's air mattress hasn't arrived yet. And closes her eyes like she didn't just hand me a warning I was too stupid to take the first time. I stay on the balcony for a long time after that. The stars are the same. The sky is the same. But everything else has changed. And I don't know yet if that's a good thing or the worst thing that's ever happened to me. A week later, we move back into the house. The fire damaged the east wing. Mostly smoke. Mostly fixable. My father hires contractors. My mother hires a decorator. Caleb hires a therapist, which is a joke he makes so often that I stop laughing after the 3rd time. Mira comes with us. The social worker, a tired woman named Ms. Alvarez, explains that it's just temporary, until we find a more permanent placement. She says, patting Myra's head like she's a puppy, "You're doing a wonderful thing. The Callaways. A truly wonderful thing." My mother beams. She's family now. I watch from the stairs. No one looks at me. No one ever looks at me anymore. It's like I've become invisible. And Mira has become the sun. And my entire family is orbiting around her without even realizing it. This is how it started last time. Last time, I was the one who brought Mira home. Last time, I was the one who begged my parents to take her in. Last time, I loved her. I loved her like a sister. And she destroyed everything I loved. And then she destroyed me. But this time is different. This time, I didn't save her from the fire. I don't know how she got out. I don't know why the roof collapsed when it didn't before. I don't know anything anymore. Except for one thing. This time, I'm not going to love her. This time, I'm going to watch. 2 months later, Mira starts calling my parents mom and dad. My mother cries again. Happy tears this time. And hugs her so tight that Mira squeaks. My father clears his throat and looks away. But I see the glisten in his eyes. Even Caleb ruffles her hair and says, "That's my girl." I say nothing. I'm sitting at the kitchen table. eating cereal that tastes like cardboard. And I'm remembering the last time I heard Mira call my father Dad. It was in a courtroom. She was on the stand, crying, pointing at Caleb. He touched me. She said, he touched me. And Dad didn't believe me. And Eloan helped him cover it up. My father had looked at me then. Not with love. Not with confusion. With pure, unadulterated betrayal. Eloan. My mother's voice pulls me back. She's standing over me. Her hand on my shoulder. Are you okay? You're crying. I touch my face. My cheeks are wet. I didn't even notice. I'm fine. I say. Just allergies. Mira is watching me from across the table. Her dark eyes are wide and innocent. And her mouth is curved into a small, sweet smile. But I know that smile. I've seen it before. It's the smile she wore when she told the social worker that Caleb had been inappropriate. It's the smile of someone who has already won. I smile back. Welcome to the family. Mira. I say. I hope you're happy here. Her smile widens. I am. Ellie. I really am. That night, I go through my old journals. I've been keeping them since I was 12. Every thought, every feeling, every fight, every fear. In my first life, I stopped writing after Mira came to live with us. I was too busy trying to save her. Too busy fixing her problems. Too busy loving her. This time, I write everything down. Every time Mira cries and my mother runs to her. Every time Mira whispers something to my father and he cancels his plans. Every time Mira accidentally breaks something of mine and apologizes with tears in her eyes. I write it all. And when I'm done, I hide the journals in the hollowed out space behind my headboard. The same hiding spot Mira will use in 3 years to stash the prescription pills she steals from my mother's medicine cabinet. I'm not just watching anymore. I'm preparing. 6 months in. My mother's diamond earrings go missing. Have you seen them? Victoria asks me. Her voice tight. She's been searching for hours. Her face is flushed. Her eyes are red. They were in my jewelry box. The ones your father gave me for our 10th anniversary. I haven't seen them. But I know where they are. In my first life, Mira took those earrings. She sold them to a pawn shop 2 towns over. Used the money to buy a new phone. And then cried to my mother that I had stolen them because I was jealous of the attention Mira was getting. My mother believed her. I spent a week grounded. My phone taken away. While Mira scrolled through Instagram on her brand new device. Maybe they fell out. I say now. Or maybe someone borrowed them without asking. My mother frowns. Who would borrow my earrings without asking? I shrug. I don't know. But I'm sure they'll turn up. They don't turn up. 3 days later. My mother finds them in my underwear drawer. Eloan. Her voice is ice. Come here. I go. I stand in the doorway of my bedroom. And I look at the earrings sitting on top of my folded bras. And I feel nothing. Because I expected this. I planned for this. Those aren't mine. I say. Then how did they get here? I don't know. But I didn't put them there. My mother's jaw clenches. Then who did? I could say it. I could point a finger. I could tell her that Mira has been acting strange. That Mira flinches when no one's looking. That Mira smiles too wide and cries too easily and watches me like she's waiting for something. But I don't. Because this is too soon. If I accuse Mira now, my mother won't believe me. She'll think I'm jealous. She'll think I'm trying to turn her against the poor orphan girl who lost her mother in a fire. So I do the only thing I can do. I don't know. Mom. I'm sorry. My mother stares at me for a long time. Then she picks up the earrings, walks out of my room, and doesn't speak to me for the rest of the night. I sit on my bed and wait. And at 2 a.m., when I hear the floorboards creak outside my door, I don't move. I don't breathe. I just listen. Mira is standing in the hallway. I can see her shadow under the door. She's not moving. She's just there, watching, waiting, just like me. The first time I saw Mira in my first life, I thought she was an angel. I was 18, home from my first semester of college, and my mother had called me in a panic. The neighbor's house is on fire. She'd said, the Henderson girl is still inside. I ran. I ran through the smoke, through the heat, through the screaming. I found her in the basement, hiding behind the water heater, her arms wrapped around her knees. It's okay, I'd said. I'm going to get you out of here. She'd looked up at me with those dark eyes, and she'd said, I knew you'd come. I carried her out. I burned my hands on the doorframe, singed my hair, swallowed so much smoke that I coughed for a week. But I saved her. I saved her. And she became my sister. And I loved her more than anyone in the world. And then she destroyed me. This time is different. This time, I didn't save her from the fire. This time, my mother found her in the street, wrapped in a blanket, staring at the flames like she was hypnotized. Are you okay? My mother had asked. Are you hurt? Mira had looked at her. Not at the fire. Not at the house. At my mother. My mommy's in there. She'd said, can you be my mommy now? And my mother, who had always wanted a second daughter, who had cried when she found out I was a girl because 2 girls would be so wonderful. My mother had folded Mira into her arms and said, of course, sweetheart. Of course. That's how Mira came to us. Not because I saved her. Because she chose us. The first few weeks are a honeymoon. Mira is perfect. She's polite. She's grateful. She's quiet in a way that makes everyone want to protect her. She helps my mother with the dishes without being asked. She brings my father his coffee every morning at exactly 7 a.m. She sits next to Caleb while he plays video games and cheers when he wins. And me. She leaves me alone. It's the strangest thing. In my first life, Mira was glued to my side. She followed me everywhere, asked me 1,000 questions, wanted to sleep in my bed when she had nightmares. I was her hero. I was the person who saved her. This time, she barely looks at me. I think she's scared of you. Caleb says one night. We're in the living room, watching TV. Mira is asleep on the couch, her head in my mother's lap. You have that resting bitch face thing going on. I snort. I do not. You do. It's okay. I have it too. It's a Callaway thing. Caleb grins at me. And for a second, everything feels normal. He's 16. Still young enough to be stupid. Still innocent enough to believe that the world is fair. He doesn't know what's coming. He doesn't know that in 2 years, he'll be handcuffed in the back of a police car, crying for me to help him. I reach over and punch his arm. Shut up. Make me. We wrestle on the couch like we're kids again. And Mira wakes up and watches us with those dark, unreadable eyes. And I forget for just a moment that I'm supposed to be careful. I forget that Mira is not my sister. I forget that she's my enemy. It doesn't last. Of course it doesn't last. 3 weeks in, I come home from a study session at the library to find my parents sitting at the kitchen table. Their faces are pale. My father's jaw is tight. My mother has been crying. What happened? I ask. My mother looks at me. Myra's social worker called. There's been a complication. A complication. Her mother's will. My father says. It's complicated. Apparently. Myra's grandmother in Ohio is contesting custody. She wants Mira to come live with her. My mother's hand flies to her mouth. We can't let that happen. Thomas. We can't. She's finally settling in. She's happy here. My father rubs his temples. I know. Victoria. I know. But if the grandmother has legal standing, then we fight it. My mother's voice is fierce. We have money. We have resources. We have a good home. She's better off with us. I stand in the doorway, listening. In my first life, Myra's grandmother never contested custody. In my first life, Myra's grandmother didn't even exist. She was dead. That's what Mira told us. My whole family is dead. She'd said, there's no one else. But here she is, alive, wanting Mira. Something is very, very wrong. Mom, I say carefully, maybe we should at least talk to the grandmother. Hear what she has to say. My mother's head snaps toward me. Excuse me. Just hear me out. If Mira has family who wants her, shouldn't we at least consider? Consider what? My mother stands up. Her chair scrapes against the floor, sending her away. She's been through hell. Alone. She lost her mother. She lost her home. And now you want to send her to live with a woman she's never even met. That's not what I said. It's exactly what you said. My mother's voice is shaking. I don't understand you. I don't understand why you've been so cold to her. She's just a child. She needs us. I open my mouth to respond, but my father cuts me off. Enough. Both of you. He looks at me, and there's something in his eyes that I don't recognize. Disappointment. Maybe. Or frustration. Alone. Your mother is right. We're not going to send Mira away just because her grandmother showed up. We're going to do what's best for the child. And you think that's staying here? I think that's what Mira wants. I look at my mother. I look at my father. I look at the empty hallway behind them, where I know Mira is standing just out of sight, listening to every word. Fine. I say, do whatever you want. I turn and walk upstairs. And I don't look back. But I hear it. Just barely. A small, soft sound from the hallway. Mira is laughing. That night, I can't sleep. I lie in bed and stare at the ceiling and try to piece together what's happening. This isn't my first life. I know that. The fire was different. The rescue was different. Myra's grandmother is alive when she was dead before. But some things are the same. I can feel it. The way Mira watches my father. The way she touches my mother's hand. The way she looks at Caleb like she's measuring him, calculating how much she can take before he breaks. She's already playing them. And I'm the only one who sees it. At 2 a.m., I hear footsteps in the hallway. Light. Careful. I close my eyes and slow my breathing, pretending to be asleep. My door opens. Mira walks in. She stands at the foot of my bed for a long time. I can feel her looking at me. I can feel the weight of her stare. Heavy and cold. You should be nicer to me, she whispers. I could be gone tomorrow. Or I could be here forever. It's up to you. Really. I don't move. I don't breathe. She leans closer. Her breath is warm against my ear. Be careful. Ellie, you wouldn't want anything to happen to your family. Then she leaves. The door closes. And I open my eyes and stare at the ceiling and realize that I'm not the only one who's playing a game. Mira is playing too. And she's been winning for a lot longer than I have. The cracks start small. A missing earring here. A broken vase there. A whispered comment that no one can quite remember, but everyone can feel. Did you hear what Aloan said to Mira? No. What? She said she wished Mira had died in the fire. I didn't say that. That's not what Mira told me. It's a Thursday afternoon in October. I'm in the kitchen, making myself a sandwich, when my mother walks in with fire in her eyes. Aloan, we need to talk. About what? About what you said to Mira. I put down the knife. I haven't said anything to Mira. My mother crosses her arms. She told me you said she should go live with her grandmother. That you told her she's not welcome here. That's not true. Then why would she say it? I look at my mother. Really look at her. She's exhausted. There are dark circles under her eyes. Her hair is grayer than it was 6 months ago. Mira has been living with us for almost a year, and my mother has aged 10. Mom, I say carefully, I need you to think about something. What? Has anything like this happened before? Before Mira came to live with us. My mother blinks. Like what? Accusations. Missing things. People saying things that didn't happen. My mother is quiet for a long time. Then she shakes her head. You're trying to blame her. You're trying to make me think she's lying. I'm trying to make you think. Get out. Mom, get out of my kitchen. Eloan. I don't want to look at you right now. I leave. I walk upstairs, close my bedroom door, and sit on my bed. My hands are shaking. Not from fear. From anger. Because I remember this. I remember the first time my mother chose Mira over me. I remember the first time my father looked at me like I was a stranger. I remember the first time Caleb stopped taking my calls because Mira told him I said something I didn't say. It's happening again. But this time, I'm ready. I start documenting everything. Every accusation. Every missing item. Every time Mira cries and my mother runs to her. Every time my father cancels his plans to take Mira to a doctor's appointment that doesn't exist. I write it all down. And I start watching Mira more closely. She's good. I'll give her that. She knows exactly when to cry and exactly when to smile. She knows which buttons to push and which lies to tell. She's been doing this her whole life. I realize. The fire wasn't a tragedy. It was an opportunity. But for what? I find out 3 weeks later. It's a Friday night. My parents are at a dinner party. Caleb is at a friend's house. I'm home alone with Mira. Or so she thinks. I'm in my room. Reading. When I hear the front door open and close. I look out the window. Mira is walking down the driveway. Her backpack slung over her shoulder. She's not wearing a coat. Even though it's freezing outside. I wait 5 minutes. Then I follow. She walks 3 blocks to a run. Down apartment building on the edge of town. I watch her knock on a door on the first floor. A man answers. He's tall. Thin. With a face that looks like it's been punched too many times. Got the money? He asks. Mira hands him something. I can't see what it is from this distance. But I hear the next words loud and clear. Same as last time. She says. Just enough to make it look real. The man grins. You're a piece of work. You know that. I know. He hands her a small envelope. Mira tucks it into her pocket. Turns around. And walks back the way she came. I wait until she's gone before I move. Then I walk to the apartment building. Knock on the same door. And smile at the man when he opens it. Hi. I say. I'm Myra's sister. I think we need to talk. His name is Danny. He's a drug dealer. But a small one. The kind who sells to high school kids and college students. Not the kind who makes headlines. He's been working with Mira for 6 months. What does she buy from you? I ask. Danny leans back in his chair. His apartment smells like cigarettes and stale beer. Pills. Xanax. Mostly. Sometimes Adderall. And what does she do with them? He shrugs. Sells them. I guess. Or uses them. I don't ask questions. I pull out my phone. I need you to tell me everything. Dates. Times. Amounts. And I need you to tell me if she's ever asked you to do anything else. Danny looks at my phone. Then he looks at me. What's in it for me? Your freedom. I smile. Because if you don't tell me what I want to know, I'm going to the police. And I have a feeling you don't want that. Danny is quiet for a long time. Then he starts talking. And what he tells me changes everything. Mira isn't just selling pills. She's planting them. She asked me for something stronger last month. Danny says. Oxy. Said she needed it for a special project. I told her no. I don't mess with that stuff. A special project. Yeah. She said something about making someone go away. I didn't ask questions. I don't want to know. My blood runs cold. Who? Who did she want to make go away? Danny shrugs. Didn't say. But she mentioned a brother. Said he was in the way. A brother. Caleb. Mira is planning to frame my brother. Just like she did before. I think Danny. Give him $100 to keep his mouth shut. And walk home in the dark. My mind is racing. In my first life. Mira waited 2 years before she went after Caleb. She built trust first. She made everyone love her. Then she struck. But this time, she's moving faster. Why? Unless she knows. Unless she remembers. Unless she's like me. I don't sleep that night. I lie in bed and think about the fire. About how Mira survived when she should have died. About how her grandmother is alive when she was dead before. About how everything is different and the same. All at once. And I think about what Danny said. She said something about making someone go away. Caleb. Mira is going to hurt Caleb. Just like she did before. But this time, I'm not going to let her. The next morning, I confront Mira in the laundry room. She's folding towels. Her back to me. She doesn't turn around when I walk in. I know about Danny. I say. Myra's hands stop moving. Just for a second. Then she goes back to folding. I don't know what you're talking about. Yes. You do. I know about the pills. I know about the money. And I know what you're planning to do to Caleb. Mira turns around. Her face is calm. Too calm. You've been watching me. Someone has to. She smiles. It's the same smile from that first night in the hotel room. Cold. Knowing. You're smarter than I thought. Ellie. I'll give you that. I'm not stupid. No. You're not. She takes a step toward me. But neither am I. And I've been playing this game a lot longer than you have. Game. Don't pretend. You remember. Her eyes narrow. You remember everything. Just like I do. My heart stops. What? The fire. Mira says. You remember the fire. The first fire. The one where you saved me. She tilts her head. But you didn't save me this time. Did you? This time. You let me burn. I can't breathe. I watched you. You know. In the hospital. After you died. I watched them pull the plug. And I watched your mother cry. And I watched your father sign the papers. Myra's voice is soft. Almost gentle. And then I woke up. In my old room. In my old body. With the fire still burning outside my window. No. Yes. She smiles. We're the same. You and me. We came back. We got a second chance. She steps closer. The only difference is, I'm going to use mine better. She walks past me, out of the laundry room, and disappears into the house. I stand there, shaking, and realize the truth. Mira remembers. Mira remembers everything. And she's been playing me from the start. Caleb's arrest comes on a Tuesday. I'm in my room, studying for a midterm, when I hear the doorbell ring, then shouting, then my mother's scream. I run downstairs. 2 police officers are standing in the living room. One of them is holding a bag of pills. The other is reading Caleb his rights. Caleb Calloway, you have the right to remain silent. This is a mistake. Caleb is saying. His face is white. His hands are shaking. Those aren't mine. I've never seen those before. My mother is crying. My father is on the phone with our lawyer. And Mira is standing in the corner. Her arms wrapped around herself. Tears streaming down her face. I'm so sorry, she whispers. I didn't want to tell. But they said I had to. They said I was a witness. The officer looks at her. Thank you for your cooperation. Miss, you did the right thing. I look at Mira. She's not crying because she's sad. She's crying because she's happy. I can see it in her eyes. The same cold satisfaction I saw when she told Danny about her special project. Eloan. My mother says, "Say something." I look at Caleb. My brother. My best friend. He's being handcuffed in our living room. And everyone thinks he's a drug dealer. And it's all because of a 10-year-old girl with a smile like a knife. I'll fix this. I say. I promise. But even as I say it, I know it's a lie. Because I can't fix this. Not yet. Caleb's bail is set at $50,000. My father pays it without hesitation. But the damage is done. The news spreads fast. Caleb's friends stop calling. His teachers look at him differently. The college recruiter who is coming to talk to him next week cancels. He's going to lose Stanford. My mother says, sobbing. He's worked his whole life for Stanford. And now he's going to lose it because of some mistake. My father finishes. It's a mistake. The lawyer will sort it out. But the lawyer doesn't sort it out. Because the reliable minor witness is Mira. And Mira tells a very convincing story. I saw him, she says in her deposition, her voice trembling. I saw him selling pills to kids at school. I didn't want to say anything because I was scared. But then I thought about all the kids he was hurting. And I knew I had to do the right thing. My father sits in the back of the courtroom, his head in his hands. My mother isn't there. She couldn't bring herself to come. I'm there. I sit in the front row. And I watch Mira lie. And I don't say a word. Because I know something that no one else knows. I have a recording. Not of this. Not yet. But of a conversation in a laundry room. 3 weeks ago. Where Mira told me she remembered everything. I just need to figure out how to use it. That night, I go through Myra's room. It's risky. If she catches me, she'll spin it into another lie. Another accusation. Another nail in Caleb's coffin. But I don't have a choice. I find the pills first. They're in a hollowed out book on her nightstand. Oxycodone. Xanax. Adderall. The same pills the police found in Caleb's bag. I take pictures. Then I put them back. I find the money next. Stacks of 20s and 50s. Hidden in the lining of her suitcase. $40,000. At least. More than a 10-year-old should ever have. I take pictures. Then I put them back. And finally, I find the journals. Myra's journals. She's been keeping them since she came to live with us. They're filled with lies. Carefully constructed. Meticulously detailed lies about every member of our family. How my father looks at her in a way that makes her uncomfortable. How my mother drinks too much. How Caleb touches her when no one is looking. And me. Eloan knows. One entry reads, she remembers. Just like me. I have to be careful. I have to make everyone believe she's the crazy one before she can do the same to me. I take pictures of every page. Then I put the journals back. Leave the room. And close the door behind me. I have what I need. But I can't use it yet. Because if I use it now, Mira will just say I planted it. She'll say I'm trying to frame her to protect Caleb. And everyone will believe her. Everyone always believes her. The next few months are a nightmare. Caleb's trial is set for spring. The prosecutor has a signed statement from Mira. A bag of pills with Caleb's fingerprints on them. Mira must have planted those too. And a growing stack of witness testimony from kids at Caleb's school who say they bought drugs from him. Caleb maintains his innocence. My father hires a second lawyer. Then a third. My mother stops leaving the house. And Mira. Mira is thriving. She's the golden child now. Straight A's. Student council. A full scholarship to a private high school that she generously offered to turn down so she could stay and help the family. I just want to be here for you, she tells my mother. Tears in her eyes. You've done so much for me. It's my turn to take care of you. My mother hugs her and sobs and tells her she's an angel. I watch from the stairs. And I wait. 2 years pass. Caleb is in state prison. He took a plea deal. Against my advice. Against my father's advice. Against every lawyer's advice. But he was scared. He was 18 years old, facing 20 years in a federal penitentiary. And the prosecutor had a witness who was willing to testify that Mr. Calloway threatened her if she spoke out. That witness was Mira. She's just a kid. Caleb said when he called me from the holding cell. If I go to trial, they'll put her on the stand. They'll make her cry. They'll make the jury feel sorry for her. I can't win. I can't. So you're just going to plead guilty to something you didn't do. I'm going to take the deal. 3 years. Good behavior. I'll be out before I'm 20. 2. It's not fair. No, he said. It's not. He hung up. And I sat in my room and stared at the wall and wondered how many more times I was going to let Mira win. My father loses his partnership at the law firm. It happens slowly at first. A client here. A referral there. Then all at once. Like a dam breaking. There have been rumors. He tells my mother one night. I'm listening from the stairs. About me. About my conduct. What kind of rumors? Nothing I can prove. Nothing anyone will admit to. But someone has been talking to the partners. Someone has been telling them things. My mother is quiet for a long time. Then she says, Mira, I don't know. Yes, you do. You know as well as I do. My mother's voice is bitter. She's been doing this for years. Setting fires and watching them burn. Victoria, don't. Just don't. I hear my father sigh. I hear my mother cry. And I hear, somewhere upstairs, the soft creak of a door opening. Mira is listening too. I transfer to a college across the country. I tell everyone it's because I need a fresh start. I tell my mother I can't stand to watch the family fall apart anymore. I tell my father I need to focus on my studies. The truth is, I need to build my case without Mira watching me. So I go. I pack my bags, hug my mother goodbye, shake my father's hand, and don't say a word to Mira. She watches me from the window as I drive away. And she smiles. For 2 years. I work. I hire a private investigator. I track down Danny, the drug dealer, and convince him to give me a sworn statement. I find Daria Clemens, Myra's biological mother, living in a halfway house in Ohio. Daria, I say when I call her. My name is Aloan Calloway. I think you're Myra's mother. There's a long silence. Then Daria starts to cry. I thought she was dead. She whispers. The fire. They told me she died in the fire. She didn't die. She's been living with my family for 3 years. Oh, God. Daria's voice cracks. Oh, God. You have to be careful. She's not. She's not right. She never was. Even when she was little. Daria stops. You have to be careful. I know. I say. I've been careful for a long time. I fly to Ohio. I meet with Daria. I get her story. Myra's father left when Mira was 2. Daria raised her alone. But Mira was always difficult. She lied. She stole. She set fires. Small ones at first. Then larger ones. When she was 8, she set fire to her grandmother's garage. When she was 9, she pushed a classmate down the stairs and told the teacher the girl fell. She needs help. Daria says. I tried to get her help. But she wouldn't go. She said there was nothing wrong with her. She said everyone else was the problem. And the fire. The one that killed her father. Daria's face goes pale. How do you know about that? Because I think Mira said it. Daria is quiet for a long time. Then she nods. I think so too. But I couldn't prove it. And when she disappeared, when I thought she died, I didn't want to know anymore. I take Daria's statement. I record it. I get it notarized. Then I go home. Thanksgiving. I walk into the house like I never left. My mother is in the kitchen, cooking. My father is in the living room, reading. And Mira is at the dining room table, setting out the good china. Alone. My mother says. Her voice is careful. You came. I said I would. We hug. It's awkward. It's been 2 years. And there's too much between us now. But it's a start. Mira watches us from the dining room. She's 15 now. Taller. Prettier. More dangerous. Hi, Ellie. She says. Welcome home. Hi, Mira. We look at each other. The air between us is thick with everything we're not saying. Dinner is quiet. My father tries to make conversation. My mother pretends to eat. I push my food around my plate and wait. After dessert, I stand up. I have something to show you. I say. I walk to the living room. I pick up my bag. I pull out the folder. What is that? My mother asks. Evidence. I lay everything out on the dining room table. Bank records showing Myra's secret account. Over $40,000 drained from my father's retirement fund. Emails between Mira and Danny, the drug dealer, discussing the pills she wanted him to sell. A letter from Daria Clemens, Myra's biological mother, confirming that she is alive and that Mira knew it. And the journals. Myra's journals. With every lie she ever told. Read it. I say. All of it. My mother picks up the bank records. Her hands are shaking. Where did you get this? I've been working on this for 2 years. I have more. I have recordings. I have witnesses. I have everything I need to put her away. Mira laughs. It's a small sound at first. Almost a giggle. Then it grows. Louder. Wilder. Until she's laughing so hard she can't breathe. You think this is funny? My father asks. Mira wipes her eyes. I think it's hilarious. She pulls out her phone. You want to see something funny? She presses play. My voice comes out of the speaker. I know what you're doing. It's from the laundry room. 3 years ago. But the recording is edited. Mira has cut out the rest of the conversation. The part where she admitted she remembered everything. All that's left is my voice. Threatening. Aggressive. Exactly the way Mira wants it to sound. She's been harassing me since I got here. Mira says softly. I didn't want to say anything. I was scared. My mother looks at me with pure hatred. Get out. Mom. Get out of my house. Alone. Now. I don't move. I look at my mother. I look at my father. I look at Mira, who is smiling like she's already won. No. I say. What? I said no. I sit down at the table. I'm not leaving. Not until you hear the rest. There is no rest. There is. I pull out my phone. Because I have my own recording. And it's not edited. I press play. Myra's voice fills the room. The fire. You remember the fire. The first fire. The one where you saved me. But you didn't save me this time. Did you? This time. You let me burn. My mother's face goes white. I watched you. You know. In the hospital. After you died. I watched them pull the plug. And I watched your mother cry. And I watched your father sign the papers. And then I woke up. In my old room. In my old body. With the fire still burning outside my window. Mira stops smiling. We're the same. You and me. We came back. We got a second chance. The only difference is, I'm going to use mine better. The recording ends. The room is silent. What the hell was that? My father whispers. Myra's face is pale. That's not real. She faked it. Is it? I look at her. Because I have the original. Unedited. Backed up in 3 different locations. And I have a forensic analyst who can prove it's authentic. Myra's hands are shaking. You can't do this. I already did. I turn to my parents. I've been watching her for 3 years. I've been documenting everything. I have enough evidence to put her away for a long time. But I wanted you to hear it from her first. My mother looks at Mira. Then she looks at me. And for the first time in 3 years, she looks at me like I'm her daughter. Eloan. She says, I'm sorry. Don't be sorry yet. I say, we're not done. I look at Mira. You're not leaving this house until I decide you are. Just like you did to all of us. Myra's face crumbles. And for the first time since I met her, she looks scared. I don't go to the police. Not yet. That would be too quick. Too clean. Too easy. Mira destroyed my family. She put my brother in prison. She ruined my father's career. She broke my mother's spirit. And she did it all with a smile on her face and tears in her eyes. She deserves more than a quick arrest. She deserves to suffer. So I trap her. I start small. I hide her phone, then find it in my father's study. I mention to my mother that Mira has been coming home late, smelling like cigarettes. I tell my father that Mira asked me to lie about her whereabouts last weekend. Nothing major. Just enough to make her feel watched. Mira retaliates. She tells the high school guidance counselor that I've been inappropriate with younger students. The rumor spreads. My old friends stop returning my texts. People look at me differently in the grocery store. But I expected this. I wanted this. Because now I can show my parents the second folder. The one with screenshots of Myra's private social media accounts. The ones where she brags about burning that family to the ground. They're fake, Mira says. Her voice is steady. But her hands are shaking. She made those. She's been trying to destroy me since I got here. Have I? I pull out my laptop. Let's ask the forensic analyst I hired last month. I open the video call. A woman named DR. Chin appears on the screen. She's a forensic technologist. I paid her $5,000 to authenticate every piece of evidence I have. DR. Chin. I say, can you confirm that the screenshots I provided are authentic? Absolutely. DR. Chin says. The metadata matches Myra's known devices. The timestamps are consistent. There's no evidence of tampering or manipulation. Myra's face goes white. Thank you. DR. Chin. I close the laptop. Any other lies you want to tell? Mira. Or are you ready to tell the truth? Mira looks at my parents. Her eyes are wide. Desperate. Please. She whispers. Please don't believe her. She's lying. She's always been jealous of me. My mother doesn't say anything. My father doesn't either. They just look at her with empty eyes. I think you should go to your room. My father says finally. Mira stares at him. Dad, go to your room. Mira. Now. For a second. I see something flash across Myra's face. Rage. Pure. Unadulterated rage. Then it's gone. Replaced by tears and trembling. Okay, she says. Okay, I'll go. She walks upstairs. Slowly. Dramatically. Like she's walking to her execution. I watch her go. And I smile. The next 4 days are hell for Mira. I don't lock her in her room. That would be illegal. That would give her something to use against me. Instead, I surveil her. Cameras in the hallway. Microphones in the vents. Motion sensors on every door and window. Every time she tries to leave. I'm there. Every time she tries to call someone. My voice comes through her phone. Going somewhere. Who are you calling? Thought you might want some company. Mira stops sleeping. I can see her on the cameras. Pacing her room at night. Her hands shaking. Her eyes wild. She's not used to being the one who's trapped. She's not used to being the one who's afraid. On the 3rd night, she tries to break a window. I'm there before she can get the glass out. Don't. I say through the door. The police are already on speed dial. 1 cut. And they're here in 5 minutes. You can't do this. She screams. You can't keep me prisoner. I'm not keeping you prisoner. You're free to leave anytime you want. Just know that if you do, I'm sending every piece of evidence I have to the district attorney. Mira slides down the door. I hear her crying. Real crying this time. Not the fake tears she uses to manipulate people. You don't understand. She whispers. I didn't have a choice. Everyone has a choice. Not me. Her voice cracks. You think I wanted to be like this. You think I wanted to lie and steal and hurt people. I was born this way. I've always been this way. There's something wrong with me. Alone. Something I can't fix. I lean against the door. For a second. Just a second. I almost feel sorry for her. Then I remember Caleb's face when they let him out of the courtroom in handcuffs. I remember my father's hands shaking as he signed the divorce papers. I remember my mother's screams when she found out I was choosing Caleb over her. Save it. I say. I don't want to hear it. I walk away. Mira cries for the rest of the night on the fourth day. She breaks. I'm in the kitchen, drinking coffee, when I hear footsteps on the stairs. Mira walks into the room. Her eyes are red. Her hair is a mess. She's wearing the same clothes she's had on for 3 days. I'll tell you everything, she says. Okay, but I want a deal. I want immunity. I laugh. You're not in a position to make demands. Then I want protection. From my grandmother. From the state. From everyone who's going to come after me when this gets out. I look at her. She's serious. For the first time since I've known her. She's not playing a game. I'll see what I can do. I say. But first, you're going to tell my parents the truth. All of it. Mira nods. We walk to my parents' bedroom. My mother is sitting on the bed. My father is standing by the window. They've been waiting for this. Go ahead. I say. Mira takes a deep breath. I set the fire. She says. My mother gasps. The first one. The one that killed my father. I said it. I wanted him to die. Myra's voice is flat. Empty. He wasn't a bad father. He just wasn't mine. I wanted a new family. I wanted a better life. So you killed him. My father whispers. I set the fire. I didn't think it would spread. I didn't think he would die. She looks at the floor. But he did. And then my mother sent me away. She was scared of me. She said I needed help. But I didn't want help. I wanted a family. So you found us. I say. I found you. Mira looks at my mother. I watched your house for weeks. I knew your routines. I knew when you went to work and when you came home. I knew you had money. I knew you had a daughter about my age. I knew you would take me in if I gave you a reason. The fire. My mother says. The one at the neighbor's house. I set that one too. I didn't mean for my mother to die. I didn't even know she was there. She wasn't supposed to be in the house. She was supposed to be at work. Myra's voice cracks. But she came home early. And she saw me. And I panicked. You killed her. I killed her. Mira looks up. Tears are streaming down her face. I killed both of them. My father. My mother. And I would have killed yours too if I thought it would help. My mother stands up. Her face is pale. Her hands are shaking. Get out. She whispers. Mom. Get out. Mira runs. She runs upstairs. Slams her bedroom door. And locks it. I hear her crying. Screaming. Throwing things. My mother sinks to the floor. What have we done? She whispers. What have we done? I kneel beside her. We're going to fix it. I say. All of it. But first, we need to call the police. My father nods. He picks up the phone. And for the first time in 3 years, I feel like I can breathe. The police come at dawn. 6 officers. A detective. 2 social workers. They take Mira out of the house in handcuffs. She doesn't fight. She doesn't cry. She just looks at me with empty eyes. You won, she says. Congratulations. This isn't about winning. Yes, it is. She smiles. It's the saddest smile I've ever seen. It's always about winning. That's the only thing people like us understand. They put her in the car and drive away. My mother is crying. My father is holding her. And I'm standing in the doorway, watching the taillights disappear. We need to call Caleb. I say. My father nods. I'll do it. No. I shake my head. I will. Caleb answers on the first ring. L. His voice is groggy. It's 6 in the morning. I know. I'm sorry. I take a deep breath. They arrested Mira. She confessed to everything. Silence. Everything. Everything. The drugs. The money. The fire. I pause. She killed her parents. Caleb. Both of them. And she was going to kill us too. Caleb is quiet for a long time. When he speaks, his voice is strange. Hollow. I knew it. You knew. I knew she was lying. I knew it the whole time. But no one believed me. No one ever believes me. I believe you. You didn't before. I close my eyes. He's right. In my first life, I didn't believe him. I took Myra's side. I told him he was paranoid. That he was imagining things. That Mira was just a troubled girl who needed love. I was wrong. I believe you now. I say. And I'm going to make sure everyone else does too. The next few months are a blur. Lawyers. Court dates. Depositions. Myra's case goes to family court first. Then criminal court. The DA decides to charge her as a juvenile. She was only 15 when most of the crimes occurred. But the judge orders her remanded to a secure residential facility until she's 20. You're lucky. The judge tells her. If you were 18, I'd send you to prison for the rest of your life. Mira doesn't respond. She just stares at the wall. I sit in the gallery. My mother is next to me. My father is on my other side. Caleb is in the back row, freshly released from prison after my evidence forced a full review of his case. When the judge announces her decision, Mira finally looks up. She looks at me. I'm sorry, she mouths. I don't say anything. I just turn away. The first thing Caleb does when he gets out of prison is hug me. Not my mother. Not my father. Me. Thank you. He whispers. Thank you for not giving up on me. Never. I say. I would never give up on you. He pulls back. His eyes are red. I thought I was going to die in there. I thought I was never going to see you again. You're out now. That's all that matters. Caleb shakes his head. No. What matters is that you did this. You saved me. You saved all of us. I look at my mother. She's crying. My father is too. They're standing together, holding hands, and for the first time in years, they look like a married couple. It wasn't just me. I say, we all did it. Together. My mother walks over and pulls me into a hug. I'm sorry, she says. I'm so sorry I didn't believe you. I'm sorry I chose her over you. It's okay. It's not okay. It will never be okay. But I'm going to spend the rest of my life trying to make it right. I hug her back. That's all I ask. My father gets his partnership back. It takes months of legal battles, of depositions and hearings and statements. But eventually the firm agrees to reinstate him with a settlement that covers 5 years of lost income. It's not about the money. He tells me one night. We're sitting on the porch, drinking coffee. It's about the principle. I know. Do you? He looks at me. Do you know how proud I am of you? I shrug. I just did what had to be done. No. You did what no one else could do. You saw what was happening when the rest of us were blind. You fought for your family when the rest of us had given up. He puts his hand on my shoulder. You're the strongest person I know. Eloan. Don't ever forget that. I don't know what to say. So I just nod. We sit in silence. watching the sun set over the neighborhood. It's peaceful. It's safe. It's home. The book deal comes 6 months later. A publisher reaches out. They've heard about my story. They want me to write a memoir. Tell the truth. My mother says when I ask her opinion, tell all of it. Even the parts that make us look bad. Especially those parts. She smiles. People need to know what happened. They need to know that it can happen to anyone. That monsters don't always look like monsters. Sometimes they look like little girls with big eyes and sad stories. I write the book in 4 months. Every chapter. Every detail. Every lie Mira told and every truth I uncovered. It's painful. There are days when I can't write more than a few paragraphs. Days when I sit at my computer and stare at the screen and wonder if any of it was worth it. But then I remember Caleb's face when he walked out of prison. I remember my mother's hug. I remember my father's words. And I keep writing. The book comes out in the fall. It's a bestseller. People stop me on the street. They send me letters. They tell me their own stories. Stories of manipulation, of abuse, of families torn apart by people they trusted. You gave us hope. One woman writes, "You showed us that it's possible to fight back." I keep every letter. I put them in a box under my bed. On bad days, I take them out and read them. They remind me why I did this. They remind me who I'm fighting for. Mira calls me from the facility. It's a collect call. I almost don't accept it, but something makes me pick up. Hello. Eloan. Her voice is different. Softer. Older. It's me. I know. I read your book. Okay. It's good. It's honest. She pauses. It's not fair. Though. Not fair. You made me sound like a monster. But I'm not a monster. I'm just broken. I grip the phone tighter. You killed your parents. Mira. You framed my brother. You destroyed my family. If that's not a monster, I don't know what is. I know. Her voice cracks. I know what I did. And I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Sorry isn't good enough. I know. She's crying now. I know it's not. But it's all I have. I close my eyes. For a second. Just a second. I almost feel sorry for her. But then I remember. I remember everything. Goodbye, Mira. I hang up the phone. That night, I drive to the cemetery. It's cold. The wind is sharp. The stars are out. Bright and distant. Like the ones I saw from that hotel balcony 4 years ago. I kneel in front of the grave of Myra's mother, Daria Clemens, the woman who died in the fire, the woman Mira killed. I'm sorry. I whisper. I'm sorry I couldn't save you. I'm sorry I didn't try. The wind blows. The trees rustle. I stand up. I'll make sure everyone knows the truth. About you. About your daughter. About what really happened. I turn and walk back to my car. My phone buzzes. A text from my attorney. Publisher wants a sequel. They're offering 7 figures. I type back. More. I drive home. The lights are on in the house. I can see my mother in the kitchen. Cooking. My father in the living room. Reading. Caleb on the couch. Playing video games. My family. My broken. Healing. Beautiful family. They're not perfect. Neither am I. But we're together. We're alive. And we're never going to let anyone tear us apart again. I park the car. I walk up the driveway. I open the front door. Hey, Elle. Caleb says without looking up. You're just in time. Mom made pot roast. I smile. I'm home. I say. And for the first time in 4 years. It feels like the truth. The call comes at 2 a.m. I'm dreaming about fire. The old dream. The one where I'm running through smoke and heat and screaming. In the dream. I'm looking for someone. I never find them. I just keep running until I wake up gasping. My phone is buzzing on the nightstand. Unknown number. Hello. Eloin Calloway. A woman's voice. Official. Tired. This is Detective Marlene Cross from the County Prosecutor's Office. I'm sorry to call so late. I sit up. My heart is pounding. What's wrong? Mira Clemens escaped from the residential facility approximately 3 hours ago. We have reason to believe she may be heading toward your location. The room tilts. What do you mean? Escaped. Security footage shows her climbing over a fence at 11:47 p.m. She was wearing a staff member's jacket and carrying a duffel bag. We've issued a statewide alert. But so far, no sightings. How did she get out? There's a pause. We're still investigating. But Miss Calloway, I need you to listen carefully. Mira left a note. It was addressed to you. My blood turns to ice. What did it say? Another pause. Then, you didn't finish me. Ellie, I'll finish you. I wake my parents first. My mother is groggy. Confused. My father goes pale when I tell him. He's a lawyer. He knows what this means. He knows that an escaped juvenile with Myra's history isn't just a flight risk. She's a weapon pointed directly at our family. Pack a bag, he says. We're leaving. Leaving where? Somewhere she doesn't know about. Somewhere safe. Caleb comes downstairs in his boxers, rubbing his eyes. What's going on? Mira escaped. For a second, Caleb doesn't move. Then his face hardens. No. Yes. No. He shakes his head. No. 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 She's not doing this again. She's not coming back here. I won't let her. Caleb. I said no. He punches the wall. His knuckles split open. Blood drips onto the floor. She already took everything from me. She took 2 years of my life. She took my freedom. She took my fucking sanity. And now she wants to come back for more. My mother tries to touch him. He flinches away. Don't. He says. Just don't. I step between them. Caleb, look at me. He won't. His eyes are wild, darting around the room like he's looking for an escape route. Look at me. Slowly. His eyes find mine. We're not letting her win. I say, not this time. Not ever. Do you understand? She already won. She won the day she walked into this house. No. I grab his shoulders. She won when you gave up. And you're not giving up. None of us are giving up. We're going to find her. And we're going to put her back where she belongs. And we're going to live our lives without looking over our shoulders for the rest of our lives. Caleb stares at me. His chest is heaving. His hands are shaking. How do you know? He whispers. How do you know we can beat her? I think about the fire. The first fire. The one where I saved Mira and she destroyed me. I think about dying alone in a hospital bed with no one holding my hand. I think about waking up in my 18-year-old body with a second chance. Because I already did. I say, we leave the house at 3 a.m. My father drives. My mother sits in the passenger seat, staring out the window. Caleb is in the back with me, his knee bouncing, his hands clenched into fists. Where are we going? My mother asks. Grandma's cabin. My father says. Upstate. No one knows about it except family. Mira knows about it. Caleb says. I told her once. When she was still pretending to be human. My father's jaw tightens. Then we'll keep driving. We'll find somewhere she doesn't know. The highway is empty. The headlights cut through the darkness like knives. I watch the trees blur past and try to remember everything I know about Mira. She's smart. Smarter than anyone gives her credit for. She's patient. She's willing to wait years for revenge. And she's never, ever forgiven anyone who crossed her. I crossed her. I put her in that facility. I took everything from her. Turn around. I say. My father glances at me in the rearview mirror. What? Turn around. We're going home. Alone. That's insane. She's not coming for the house. She's coming for me. And if I'm not there, she'll go after someone else. Someone who can't defend themselves. My mother twists in her seat. What are you talking about? Myra's grandmother. Daria. The one who testified against her. I pull out my phone. She's still in Ohio. She's not protected. She doesn't even know Mira escaped. My father is quiet for a long moment. Then he sighs. Where exactly in Ohio? We drive straight through the night. 12 hours. 2 states. 3 cups of gas station coffee that tastes like burnt plastic. By the time we reach the halfway house in Columbus, my eyes are burning and my back is screaming. The building is small. Beige. Surrounded by a chain link fence that wouldn't stop a determined squirrel. This is where she lives. Caleb asks. Daria has been in recovery for 3 years. I say. She's been clean for 18 months. She's trying to rebuild her life. My father parks the car. And you think Mira knows where she is? I know she does. Mira has been sending her letters from the facility. Angry letters. Threatening letters. The staff intercepted most of them. But a few got through. My mother's face is pale. Why didn't you tell us? Because I didn't think Mira would ever get out. I opened the car door. I was wrong. We walk to the front door. I ring the bell. A woman in a bathrobe opens it. Squinting against the morning sun. Daria Clemens. I ask. The woman's eyes widen. Alone. What are you doing here? Mira escaped. Daria's face goes white. Oh, God. She's coming for you. We need to get you somewhere safe. Now. Daria doesn't ask questions. She just nods, disappears inside, and comes back 2 minutes later with a small suitcase. Where are we going? I don't know yet. I say, but anywhere is better than here. We drive for another 6 hours. My father finds a small motel off the highway. The kind with flickering neon signs and bedspreads that smell like cigarette smoke. It's not safe. It's not secure. But it's anonymous. And right now, that's the best we can hope for. Daria sits on the edge of the bed. Her hands wrapped around a cup of coffee. She's thinner than I remember. Older. The past few years have been hard on her. She's going to find me. Daria says quietly. She always finds me. Not this time. I say. You don't understand. She's been looking for me since she was 8 years old. She found me in Seattle. She found me in Portland. She found me in Boise. She has a gift. She can track people like a bloodhound. Caleb snorts. She's not supernatural. She's just obsessive. Same thing. Daria says. Same result. I sit down next to her. Tell me about her. When she was little. Before the fires. Daria stares into her coffee. She was a beautiful baby. Everyone said so. Big eyes. Dark hair. Perfect skin. She laughs. But there's no humor in it. I used to think she was an angel. I used to think God gave her to me because I'd been so good. And then she started talking. Daria's voice drops. She was 2 years old. And she told me she hated me. Not in a tantrum way. In a calm, matter of fact way. Like she was telling me the weather. My mother makes a small sound. I don't look at her. She set her first fire when she was 4. Daria continues. A trash can in the backyard. I thought it was an accident. I thought she was just playing with matches. But then she did it again. And again. And again. Why didn't you get her help? I tried. Daria looks up. Her eyes are red. I took her to therapists. I took her to psychiatrists. I took her to a behavioral specialist who cost $500 an hour. They all said the same thing. She was too young to diagnose. She would grow out of it. She just needed love and stability. And she didn't grow out of it. No. Daria sets down her coffee. She got worse. Much worse. The call comes at 7 p.m. Detective Cross again. We found her car. She says. Abandoned outside a truck stop in Pennsylvania. We're tracking her last known movements. But she's covering her tracks well. Any idea where she's heading? West. Best we can tell. She might be trying to cross state lines. There's a pause. Miss Calloway, I need to ask you something. Do you have any reason to believe Mira would target you specifically? I think about the note. You didn't finish me. Ellie, I'll finish you. Yes. I say. She wants revenge. For what? For winning. That night, I can't sleep. I lie in the motel bed and stare at the ceiling and think about Mira. Not the Mira I know now. The Mira I knew in my first life. The one I loved. The one I would have died for. In my first life. I didn't see what she was doing until it was too late. I made excuses for her. I blamed myself. I told myself that if I had just been a better sister, a better friend, a better person, she wouldn't have done the things she did. I was wrong. There was nothing I could have done to save her. Because she didn't want to be saved. She wanted to burn. And she wanted to take everyone else with her. Alone. I turn my head. Daria is sitting in the chair by the window. Watching me. Can't sleep either. She says. No. She's quiet for a moment. Then. I know you think she's a monster. And she is. But she's also my daughter. And I love her. Even after everything she's done. Even after she killed my husband. Even after she tried to kill me. How do you love someone like that? Daria shrugs. I don't know. I just do. Maybe that makes me broken too. I look at her. Really look at her. She's not a monster. She's just a woman who loved her daughter and lost her in the worst possible way. Did you ever think about giving up on her? I ask. Every day. Daria's voice cracks. But I never did. Not until the fire. Not until I thought she was dead. She wipes her eyes. And then I found out she wasn't dead. And I thought maybe I could still save her. Maybe I could still fix her. And now I know the truth. Daria looks at me. You can't fix someone who doesn't want to be fixed. You can only protect yourself. And the people you love. I nod slowly. She's going to come for you. Daria says. She's going to come for all of us. But she's not going to win. Because she's alone. And we're not. We sit in silence for a long time. Outside. The wind picks up. And somewhere out there. In the dark. Mira is coming. 3 days. 3 days of driving. 3 days of checking into motels under fake names. 3 days of watching over our shoulders and jumping at every shadow. Detective Cross calls twice a day with updates. Myra's trail is cold. The car she abandoned in Pennsylvania was stolen from a dealership in Ohio. The license plate she's using now belongs to a woman who reported it missing yesterday. She's getting help. Cross says. Someone is funding this. Someone with resources. Who? We don't know yet. But we're looking into her correspondence from the facility. She had a lot of letters. Most of them were from lawyers or advocacy groups. But a few came from private individuals. Men. Cross hesitates. Yes. Several men. Older men. Men who seem to have taken an interest in her case. My stomach turns. Mira is 15. She's been in a locked facility for 2 years. And somehow, she's found men who are willing to help her escape. I need their names. I say, I can't give you that information. Miss Calloway. It's part of an ongoing investigation. Detective. If those men are helping her, they're just as dangerous as she is. My family is in danger. My brother is in danger. My mother is in danger. Please. I need to know who we're dealing with. A long pause. Then, I'll see what I can do. She calls back 4 hours later. 3 names. Cross says. Robert Hargrove. Age 50. 2. From Florida. He's a retired psychiatrist who wrote several letters advocating for Myra's release. Daniel Masterson, age 47, from Texas. He runs a non-profit that supports wrongfully incarcerated youth. And Marcus Webb, age 38, from California. He's a journalist who wrote a series of articles about Myra's case. Articles. He claimed she was being unfairly targeted because of her troubled background. He interviewed her twice at the facility. There were photos. She looked sympathetic. I close my eyes. Of course. Of course, Myra found a way to manipulate people from inside a locked room. She's been doing it her whole life. Which one is most likely to be helping her? Hard to say. Hargrove has the money. Masterson has the connections. Webb has the platform. Cross pauses. But we did find something interesting. Masterson's non-profit received a large donation last month from an anonymous source. $50,000. Cash. $50,000 in cash. Deposited directly into the organization's bank account. No paper trail. No way to trace it. That's not a donation. That's payment. That's what we think too. Cross's voice is grim. We're looking into Masterson's background now. He has a history of involving himself in cases like this. Young girls. Troubled backgrounds. He's been accused of inappropriate conduct twice. But neither case went to trial. My hands are shaking. Detective. If Myra is with Masterson, we need to find her before she does something we can't undo. We're doing everything we can. Miss Calloway. I promise you. Your promises don't mean much when my family is in danger. I hang up before she can respond. We find Masterson's address online. It's a ranch outside Austin, Texas. 40 acres. A main house. A guest house. And a barn that's been converted into some kind of event space. It's secluded. Private. Perfect for hiding a fugitive. We're going to Texas, I announce. My father looks up from his laptop. Excuse me. Myra is with Daniel Masterson. He has a ranch outside Austin. I think she's there. What makes you so sure? Because if I were her, that's where I'd go. Someone with money. Someone with connections. Someone who can keep me hidden while I plan my next move. My mother shakes her head. We can't just drive to Texas. That's insane. We can't just sit here either. She's right. Caleb stands up. He's been quiet for 3 days. But now his eyes are sharp. Focused. We've been running. That's what she wants. She wants us scared. She wants us scattered. She wants us weak. So, what do you suggest? My father asks. Caleb looks at me. We stop running. We go find her. And we finish this. Once and for all. My father stares at him. You want to hunt down a 15-year-old girl. I want to hunt down a predator. Age doesn't matter. She's dangerous. You know that. I know that. Everyone in this room knows that. Even if we find her, what are you going to do? Kidnap her. Turn her over to the police. If that's what it takes. Caleb's jaw is set. I'm not living the rest of my life looking over my shoulder. I'm not letting her control me anymore. My father looks at my mother. My mother looks at me. Eloan. She says, what do you think? I take a deep breath. I think Caleb is right. We've been reacting to Myra for years. It's time to change the game. We leave at dawn. My father drives again. My mother sits in the passenger seat. Caleb is in the back with me. And Daria is squeezed in next to him. 5 people in a sedan designed for 4. Heading to Texas to find a teenage fugitive. It's insane. It's also the only chance we have. The drive takes 2 days. We stop for gas. For food. For bathroom breaks. We don't sleep much. Every time I close my eyes, I see Myra's face. That smile. That cold, knowing smile. You're thinking about her. Caleb says. We're somewhere in Arkansas. The sun is setting. The sky is orange and red and purple. Always. I say. Me too. He leans his head against the window. I used to have nightmares about her. Every night. For 2 years. I'd wake up screaming. What did you dream about? The trial. The way she looked at me when she testified. Like I was nothing. Like I was less than nothing. He closes his eyes. I hated her. I hated her so much I thought I might die from it. And now I just want it to be over. I don't care if she goes to prison. I don't care if she gets help. I just want her out of my life. I reach over and take his hand. She will be. I promise. How can you promise that? Because I've already done it once. He looks at me. Really looks at me. What do you mean? I've never told him. Not really. I've hinted at it. But I've never said the words out loud. In my first life. I say slowly. I didn't stop her. I didn't see what she was doing until it was too late. She destroyed our family. She sent you to prison. She broke Mom and Dad. And I died alone. In a hospital room. With no one holding my hand. Caleb stares at me. I woke up in my 18-year old body. The night before the fire. And I made a choice. I let the fire burn. I let her come to us. Because I knew that if I tried to stop her, she'd just find another way. You're telling me you've lived this before. I'm telling you that I've already beaten her once. And I'll do it again. Caleb is quiet for a long time. Then he squeezes my hand. I believe you. He says. You do. I don't know why. But I do. He smiles. It's the first real smile I've seen from him in years. You're my sister. If anyone can beat the devil, it's you. We reach Austin at midnight. The ranch is outside the city, surrounded by fields and fences in darkness. We park on a dirt road a 1/4 mile away and walk the rest. Stay behind me. Caleb whispers. No. I say. Stay behind me. Eloan. I'm the one she wants. If she sees you before she sees me, she'll run. Let me go first. Caleb looks like he wants to argue. But he doesn't. He just nods. I walk toward the house. The front door is unlocked. I push it open. The living room is dark. But I can hear music somewhere. Classical. Piano. Mira. I call out. No answer. I walk through the living room. The kitchen. The dining room. The music is getting louder. I find her in the barn. She's sitting at a grand piano, playing Chopin. Her fingers move across the keys like water. Her eyes are closed. She looks peaceful, almost innocent. Hello, Ellie, she says without opening her eyes. I was wondering when you'd get here. How did you know I was coming? Because you're predictable. She opens her eyes. They're the same dark eyes I remember. Cold. Empty. You always have been. Where's Masterson? Gone. I sent him away. He served his purpose. She stops playing. Men are so easy to manipulate. You just have to tell them what they want to hear. You're so smart. You're so strong. You're the only one who understands me. She shrugs. They eat it up. You're sick. No. She stands up. I'm free. You're a fugitive. The police are looking for you. You're going back to the facility. I don't think so. She walks toward me. You see, Ellie, I've been thinking about what you said. About how we're the same. We're not the same. We are. We both came back from the dead. We both got a second chance. The only difference is, you used yours to save your family. And I used mine to destroy mine. She stops in front of me. She's taller now. Almost my height. You could have been like me. She says. You could have burned it all down. You could have taken everything and everyone and made them pay for what they did to you. What did anyone do to me? You died alone. Ellie, no one held your hand. No one said goodbye. You were alone in that hospital room. And you knew. You knew that no one was coming. My breath catches. I saw it, Mira says. When I died, when the fire took me, I saw your whole life flash before my eyes. Your first life. The one where you loved me. The one where I destroyed you. She tilts her head. You felt it, didn't you? The loneliness. The abandonment. The way they all turned their backs on you when you needed them most. I don't answer. You could have let me burn. Mira continues. You could have walked away from that fire and let me die. But you didn't. You saved me. And I destroyed you for it. That's not. It is. It's the truth. And you know it. She smiles. So here's my question. Ellie, why didn't you let me burn this time? I stare at her. I could have. I say finally. I thought about it. Every day. Every night. I thought about letting the fire take you. I thought about letting you die. But you didn't. No. I take a step closer. Because I'm not like you. I don't destroy people for fun. I don't burn things down because I'm bored or angry or broken. I'm not broken. Yes. You are. My voice is steady. You're broken in ways you don't even understand. And I feel sorry for you. I really do. Myra's smile falters. I don't want your pity. Good. Because I'm not offering it. I pull out my phone. I'm offering you a choice. Come with me. Turn yourself in. Get the help you need. Or what? Or I call the police and tell them exactly where you are. And this time, when they put you away, they won't be so gentle. Mira laughs. You think I'm afraid of prison. I think you're afraid of being forgotten. I step closer. I think you're afraid of being nothing. I think you're afraid that when this is all over, no one will remember your name. For the first time, Myra's mask slips. I see something underneath. Something raw. Something scared. You don't know anything about me. She whispers. I know everything about you. I put my phone away. I know you're not a monster. I know you're a girl who was hurt and broken and abandoned. And instead of getting help, you decided to hurt everyone around you. Because they deserved it. Did they? Did your father deserve to die? Did your mother? Did Caleb? Did I? Mira doesn't answer. You need help. Mira. Real help. Not a facility. Not prison. A hospital. A place where doctors can figure out what's wrong and try to fix it. And if they can't fix it, then at least you tried. She stares at me. Her eyes are wet. You're not going to call the police. I'm going to give you 1 hour to turn yourself in. If you don't, I'll call them myself. 1 hour. 1 hour. I turn to leave. Don't waste it. I walk back to my family. Caleb is waiting by the car. Well, she's going to turn herself in. How do you know? I look back at the barn. The lights are off now. The music has stopped. Because for the first time in her life, someone gave her a choice. Mira turns herself in at 3 a.m. She walks into the Austin police station, sits down in the waiting area, and waits for someone to notice her. When the desk sergeant asks if he can help her, she says, My name is Mira Clemens. I'm a fugitive. I'd like to turn myself in. The news spreads fast. Within hours, every major network is running the story. Teen arsonist turns herself in. Mira Clemens. From victim to villain. The girl who killed her parents and destroyed a family. My family watches the coverage from a hotel room in Austin. My mother is crying. My father is holding her. Caleb is staring at the screen with an expression I can't read. It's over. My mother says. It's finally over. I don't say anything. Because I know it's not over. It's just beginning. The trial is set for 6 months later. Mira is being charged as an adult this time. The DA decided that her escape, combined with the evidence of her manipulation and planning, warranted moving her case to criminal court. She faces 25 years to life. My family is called to testify. My mother goes first. She talks about the lies, the manipulation, the way Mira turned her against her own daughter. She cries on the stand. The jury cries with her. My father goes next. He talks about his career, his reputation, the way Myra's rumors destroyed everything he spent 30 years building. His voice is steady, but his hands shake. Caleb goes last. He walks to the stand like a man walking to his execution. His face is pale. His jaw is tight. He looks at Mira for a long time before he starts to speak. My name is Caleb Calloway. He says, I'm 21 years old. I spent 2 years in prison for a crime I didn't commit. The courtroom is silent. Mira Clemens framed me. She planted drugs in my bag. She lied to the police. She lied to the prosecutor. She lied to the jury. And when I was convicted, she smiled. Caleb's voice cracks. He takes a breath. I hated her for a long time. I hated her so much that I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. I couldn't think about anything else. The hate was eating me alive. He looks at Mira again. But then I realized something. Hate doesn't hurt the person you hate. It hurts you. It poisons you. It turns you into something you don't want to be. He turns to the jury. I don't hate Mira anymore. I feel sorry for her. Because she's never going to be free. Even if she gets out of prison someday. She's always going to be trapped inside her own head. Her own anger. Her own pain. He steps down from the stand. That's worse than any sentence this court can give her. The jury deliberates for 4 hours. When they come back, Mira is standing with her lawyer. Her hands cuffed in front of her. Her face is blank. Her eyes are empty. On the charge of first-degree murder of David Clemens, the clerk reads, "We find the defendant guilty." Mira doesn't react. On the charge of first-degree murder of Daria Clemens, we find the defendant guilty. Still nothing. On the charge of attempted murder of Caleb Calloway, we find the defendant guilty. Mira closes her eyes. On the charge of arson, we find the defendant guilty. On the charge of escape from a juvenile facility, we find the defendant guilty. On the charge of witness tampering, we find the defendant guilty. The list goes on. 13 counts in total. 13 guilty verdicts. The judge looks at Mira over his glasses. Mira Clemens. He says, "You are the most dangerous person I have ever sentenced. Not because of what you did, but because of why you did it. You didn't kill for money. You didn't kill for revenge. You killed because you could. Because it made you feel powerful. Because destroying other people was the only way you knew how to feel alive." He pauses. "I sentence you to life in prison without the possibility of parole." Myra's lawyer protests. The DA nods in satisfaction. The gallery erupts in whispers. But Mira doesn't say anything. She just looks at me. And for a second, just a second, I see something in her eyes that I've never seen before. Gratitude. 5 years pass. I write another book. Then another. The first one was a bestseller. The second one was too. The third one is about healing. About learning to live after trauma. About finding joy after loss. Caleb goes back to school. He graduates with a degree in social work. He wants to help kids like Mira. Kids who fell through the cracks. Kids who didn't get the help they needed before it was too late. My parents go to therapy. Individual therapy. Couples therapy. Family therapy. It takes years. There are setbacks. There are fights. There are nights when my mother cries and my father holds her and neither of them knows what to say. But they heal. Slowly. Painfully. Imperfectly. They heal. I visit Mira for the first time on the 5th anniversary of her sentencing. The prison is in upstate New York. Maximum security. High walls. Barbed wire. Guards with guns. I sign in. I wait. I'm led to a small room with a table and 2 chairs. Mira is already there. She's older now. 20. Her face is thinner. Her eyes are darker. There are lines around her mouth that weren't there before. Eloan, she says. I was wondering when you'd come. I wasn't sure I would. But you did. I sit down across from her. How are you? Mira laughs. It's a hollow sound. How do you think I am? I'm in prison for the rest of my life. You could have taken the plea. 25 years. You'd be out before you were 40. I know. Why didn't you? Mira looks at me for a long time. Then she says, because I deserve this. I stare at her. I killed my parents. She says quietly, I killed them. And I framed your brother. And I destroyed your family. I deserve to be punished. That's not why you didn't take the plea. No. She looks down at her hands. I didn't take the plea because I wanted you to know that I'm sorry. Really sorry. Not because I got caught. Because I finally understand what I did. Do you? Do you really understand? Mira is quiet for a moment. Then she nods. I've been in therapy for 5 years. She says. Real therapy. With a doctor who doesn't let me lie. It's been hard. Harder than prison. Because I had to look at myself. Really look. And I didn't like what I saw. What did you see? A monster. Her voice cracks. A broken, twisted, angry monster who hurt everyone who ever loved her. You're not a monster. I am. No. I lean forward. Monsters don't feel sorry. Monsters don't go to therapy. Monsters don't sit across from their victims and apologize. Myra's eyes fill with tears. I'm sorry. Eloan. I'm so sorry. I know. I can't take back what I did. I can't fix what I broke. But I want you to know that I'm trying. Every day. I'm trying to be better. I reach across the table and take her hand. That's all any of us can do. I stay for an hour. We talk about her therapy. About her classes. She's working on her GED. About her plans for the future. If she ever gets out. I want to help people. She says. The way Caleb wants to help people. Kids who are like I was. Kids who are angry and broken and don't know how to ask for help. You think you can reach them. I think I have to try. When I leave, Mira hugs me. It's awkward. It's stiff. But it's real. Thank you, she whispers, for not giving up on me. I almost did. I say, a lot of times. But you didn't. No. I pull back and look at her. I didn't. 6 months later, I get a letter. It's from Mira. Handwritten. On prison stationery. Dear Eloan, I've been thinking a lot about what you said. About monsters. About feeling sorry. About trying to be better. I don't know if I'll ever be better. I don't know if that's possible for someone like me. But I'm going to keep trying. Every day. For the rest of my life. I wanted you to know that I've been writing letters. To Caleb. To your parents. To everyone I hurt. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I don't deserve it. I just want them to know that I see them. I see what I did. And I'm sorry. Thank you for visiting me. Thank you for not forgetting about me. Thank you for seeing something in me that I couldn't see in myself. Maybe someday I'll be worthy of that. Your sister, even if I don't deserve to call myself that. Mirai read the letter 3 times. Then I put it in the box under my bed. With the other letters. The ones from people who read my books and told me their stories. The ones who gave me hope. That night, I dream about fire again. But this time, I'm not running. I'm standing still, watching the flames dance. And in the dream, I see Mira. She's standing on the other side of the fire, watching me. We don't speak. We don't move. We just look at each other. And then the fire goes out. I wake up to sunlight streaming through my window. Caleb is in the kitchen, making coffee. My mother is reading the paper. My father is outside, watering the garden. Normal. Peaceful. Alive. I walk downstairs. Caleb hands me a mug. Good dream. He asks, Yeah. I take a sip. Good dream. He smiles. Good. We sit at the kitchen table. My mother puts down her paper. My father comes inside. We eat breakfast together. Like we've done 1,000 times before. But it's different now. Because we almost lost this. All of it. We almost lost each other. And we didn't. Because one girl refused to give up. Because one girl chose to fight. Because one girl looked into the fire and didn't blink. The phone rings. I answer it. Miss Calloway. A woman's voice. Familiar. This is Detective Cross. My heart speeds up. What's wrong? Nothing's wrong. I'm calling with some news. Mira Clemens has been transferred to a psychiatric facility. She's been making progress. Real progress. The doctors think she might be eligible for supervised release in 5 to 10 years. I close my eyes. I thought you'd want to know. Cross says. Thank you. Detective. I hang up. Caleb is looking at me. What was that about? Mira. I set down the phone. She's getting help. Real help. Is that a good thing? I think about it. About Mira. About the fire. About second chances. Yeah. I say. I think it is. The story doesn't end here. It never ends. There will always be new fires. New monsters. New battles to fight. But for now, in this moment, we're okay. We're together. We're alive. And that's enough.